If your FAA exam is coming up in the next 30 days, what you eat and drink can directly affect your blood pressure, blood sugar, and how you feel on exam day. Most aviation professionals focus on the wrong nutritional strategies before their medical. I will tell you all kinds of story about that if you stay till the end. Hi, my name is Jill Mongene. I am a registered dietitian and I am the Aviation Dietitian. I help aviation professionals manage their health so that they can pass the FAA medical without any stress or extreme measures. This channel that you have found is all about practical, science-based nutrition that actually works in real life. I have coached over 400 airline transport pilots in the last 6 years. Today, though, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to eat, what to avoid, and what actually is going to work and set your body up for the success nutritionally in 30 days leading up to your FAA medical exam. And if you watch till the end, I am going to provide you a free download checklist that will lay out my process step by step and easy to follow guidelines. What to eat in the next 30 days before your FAA medical exam. Point number 1. First, I want you to eat protein at every single meal. Protein helps to stabilize your blood sugar. It helps to support healthier blood pressure responses. Think about not having spikiness from eating too many carbohydrates. It reduces the stress hormone spikes, especially in that early morning time. Trade out any type of carbohydrates, pancakes, English muffins, your breakfast burritos for something heavier in protein for 30 days leading up to your medical. Especially for those people on long duty days, you want to make sure that you have really stable blood sugar. So what I want you to think about is eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, maybe some type of beans. If you can manage eating some type of a bean burrito with a low carb tortilla early in the morning, that would be amazing. Protein packed snacks like protein shakes, protein bars, anything that has 12 grams of sugar or less. Look on the back of the package and look for added sugar and make sure that it's 12 grams of added sugar or less. Now, you don't need to have perfection, and you just need consistency. 30 days going into your medical, high protein, lead every single meal and every single snack with protein sourced foods. Number 2, include high fiber carbohydrates daily. If you watched my first video intro about my husband and his celiac disease, high fiber is really important for blood sugar. It's probably one of the biggest things that you could possibly do. It is definitely not the time to be going low carb or cutting carbs leading up to your FAA medical. Your brain runs on carbohydrates. If you start cutting carbs, your body is going to go completely out of whack and you're going to be stressed out of your mind. The fiber in the carbohydrates actually helps to support your blood sugar trends. What you want to think about also is that fiber helps to control cholesterol levels. It keeps you really full. It helps to sometimes pull out cholesterol. It supports in digestion. You want to have really good digestion, really good bowel movements, really important for good health, blood pressure, good medical exams. We don't want to find out any surprises on medical exam day. So we want to think about how your body is going to respond to stress. And examples for carbohydrates that are going to keep you managing your blood sugar on a daily basis include oatmeal. There's scientific evidence that shows that oatmeal can lower your blood pressure 2 to 3 points per month. I used to work in cardiac rehab, and I know that for a fact. There is a study out there that cites oatmeal pulling out cholesterol and lowering blood pressure. It also has potassium in it, but I will get to that shortly. Beans are another option. We talked about that earlier. Lentils, Berries have a ton of fiber, really good for you, will help to lower blood pressure as well. Vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower, and then whole grains like cashew cereal not only has protein, but it also has fiber and it has carbs in it and it has low sugar. Number 3, prioritizing potassium-filled foods. This is so overlooked in the industry. And it is probably the number one reason that I have had so much success in working with airline transport pilots and blood pressure. Potassium helps to support blood pressure regulation. It also helps to support fluid balance. A little pictorial here is you have 2 kidneys. Your kidneys work off of sodium and potassium. If you have too much sodium in your body is going to flush out potassium. If you have too much potassium in your body's going to flush out sodium. So you want to keep a nice even balance. The biggest way to help your blood pressure 30 days before your medical exam is going to be making sure that you eat high potassium foods like bananas, oranges, broccoli, potatoes, if watermelon is in season, anything that grows in the ground. This is now the time to start working on potassium-filled foods. This is also going to be very important with hydration. Remember, I talked about the sodium, potassium, and the kidneys. If your hydration is not consistent, then potassium and sodium are going to have a problem and your blood pressure is not going to function exactly how perfectly you want it to be on exam day. Other things that have potassium: yogurt, spinach, avocados. It's one of the simplest ways to keep your blood pressure in check leading up to those 30 days before the exam. Finally, I want to drive home the topic of consistency. It matters more than what we call clean eating. I honestly cannot stand the term clean eating. More thought around eating whole foods, foods that come from the earth, are what is going to resolve your blood pressure issues. But again, we're working only on these 30-day topic right now, trying to get you in perfect shape for that medical exam. Things that you don't want to do: skipping meals, especially for early morning exams. It can raise your blood sugar, can cause your body to go into a stress mechanism, and can raise your blood pressure. Now remember, the FAA doesn't give you a award for being perfect. It rewards stability and consistency. We just want to see good numbers. Hydration. Hydration strategies matter more than you will ever imagine. It's one of the biggest issues that I see before the FAA medical exam. Dehydration coming off of a trip from a really dry cabin environment can cause elevated heart rate and elevated blood pressure. You want to make sure that timing of your FAA medical gives you the ability to get properly hydrated before the exam. Consistency in hydration matters more than just chugging a bunch of water the morning before your exam. That is not going to do you any good. Your kidneys are so smart, and it will just basically purge all the water out. I want you to have a good baseline in drinking water on a daily basis leading up to those 30 days before your exam. I want you to make sure that you're drinking water with your meals and your snacks. I want you to be looking at your urine color, making sure that it's a little bit clearer, almost like lemonade, not like sweet tea or Gatorade. That's what we say in the South here. And instead of having a strict ounce goal, I just want you to think about good hydration, making sure that you're not relying on caffeine and you're relying strictly on water as much as possible. What to avoid 30 days before your medical exam. I want you to think about avoiding alcohol. I know that's a really serious topic here, but alcohol affects your hydration. After the second drink, you're already getting dehydrated, and then it takes you a few days to catch back up. It affects your blood sugar, and it affects your sleep quality. Hydration, blood sugar, and sleep, bad news for blood pressure. Earlier changes matter more than anything. Don't just stop a couple days before. Just try to do better. Maybe if you have to track it and see how much alcohol you're taking in before your exams, celebrate after your exam, making sure that you did consistent tips like I've taught you here and getting the best numbers that you can possible. Another thing to think about is extreme diet changes. As I mentioned, it's not the time for fasting and keto and detoxes and low carb and weight loss strategies. Your FAA medical is all about blood pressure, EKG, urine test, good health. You don't want to have a lot of unpredictability going into your FAA medical exam. I have seen it time and time again. Think about is caffeine overload. I see a lot of airline transport pilots living off of energy drinks, pre-workouts, excessive caffeine, especially the week before the exam, results in disaster. These can temporarily increase your blood pressure, even if your baseline is normal. Just say no, don't do it. That even means green tea. Watch the caffeine, everyone, please. Finally, I want you to think about eating out. Now, I know that because of the industry that you're in, you can't always bring meals. Restaurants can sometimes make it inconsistent and nearly impossible for you to maintain good health. I understand that. And this is where most aviation professionals struggle the most, because not knowing what to eat, when you're getting your next meal, it's such a hard thing to do. So what I want you to think about during these next 30 days is looking at your schedule and doing a little bit of pre-planning and thinking about where are you going to get food, on what turn, maybe what restaurant, where's your hotel located, what kind of snacks can you bring with you that will support your good blood pressure and blood sugar as I talked about in this video. I don't want you to have to guess at what you're eating all the time and cause you extra stress. I can offer you a really good long-term resolution. And that is, in the 30 days before your FAA medical exam, I have created an aviation meal packing membership. And it makes it very simple. Everything is spelled out for you. Inside the membership, I show you exactly what to pack, how to prep for your duty days, how to stay consistent, even with unpredictable schedules. I also have a free download linked in this video, remember in the show notes, 30-day FAA medical nutrition checklist. It walks you through what to eat, what to limit, hydration guidance, potassium-rich food list, and what to eat the morning of your exam and how to prepare for it. So, in the next 30 days, remember, you're not going to fix everything all in one day, but you can improve your trends and come out in a very good position with your FAA medical. Maybe your AME is going to be one of those that said, "What in the world did you do?" I want you to reduce the risk as much as possible. I want you to feel confident walking into that office and not have white coat syndrome. If your blood pressure has ever surprised you during an FAA medical exam, this is where you want to focus. And in future videos, I am going to talk about nutrition mistakes that pilots have made that raise their blood pressure without realizing it. So to get more FAA medical and aviation-related health information, don't forget to remember to click subscribe on my account so that you can get notification for new videos. And remember, there's a free download in the show notes, or if you want to sign up for my aviation, nutrition, meal packing membership, now is the time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave me a comment. Share this with friends. If you haven't linked with me already, I want you to go to Instagram and find me Aviation Dietitian, my website, aviationdietitian.com, or on Facebook, Jill Mongene, Aviation Dietitian. Okay. Until next time, make sure you're drinking your water, eating your potassium foods, leading with protein, and relaxing before your FAA medical. I'll see you next time.